For me, my general feeling when it comes to movies is that I tend to disagree with the rating of the general public, and at times I don't quite understand why I like or favor a particular movie. One such case was yesterday when I watched a movie from 2006 called Running Scared, because this is not a good movie the way I see it. I can understand some people may like this movie because they like the way Paul Walker acts in it, but other than that, I don't really see the reason why people may like this movie, because it is really drowned in flaws. The way I see it, it is really too many reasons why this crime movie should never have been made. The first weak spot has to be the characters, because other than the one Chazz Palminteri plays, there is really not any other good characters. The way he acts is simply sublime, and no other actor in this movie can match his performance. Sadly, he also has very little screen time, which is also one of the flaws in this movie. That the other characters that are not as good are allowed to have too much screen time. I think also this movie could have been a lot better if you could see more of Chazz Palminteri. Yes, I get that we are supposed to think he's dead, but he could be in hiding somewhere making a secret plan or something, and that would have made the movie more enjoyable, and you could really see the best character on display shine. The other bad thing about the movie is the filming. Especially the visuals where they show the flashbacks are just shockingly filmed. At times in the filming they make it seem like this movie could have been made in 1969. I get the visuals are not as good in 2006 as in 2023, but this is just very low standard, even for a movie made in that year. So yeah, you can say with this gut feeling that this movie really hasn't held its time. Even a movie from the same year I recently so-called Unknown wasn't that badly filmed as this movie, although it also was blurry during some of the scenes in that movie. You could at least see what was going on in the scenes. Although I never really understand the point of these badly filmed flashbacks, which just makes the movie seem way more dragged than entertaining. One other issue I have with this movie is the way they let emotion drive the story. I understand that this crime movie may be a little more kid-friendly as the story revolves much around these two kids, but if they had made it less about the kids, I think they could have made the movie a little darker, which also would have made a better crime movie, because of course, as there are kids in the story, it is a limit to how dark they can go. I agree some of the action scenes are decent, but I do really at times feel that Paul Walker has it a little too easy, but I guess it's like that in many other action or crime movies. The point is that I don't think the mafia guys in the movie are that menacing compared to many other movies I've seen. Although they really give the main characters some heavy hits, I don't really feel their fear and power as I do in some other movies where they actually manage to write good villains, which is not always easy to do. This movie can also at times feel very dragged, as a lot of the time it just does not happen too much, and you feel it easily could have been shortened down half an hour, because really, the almost 2 hours running time, it is really a bit too much, in my opinion. The movie could also have been better if you saw a little more of what happened towards the end when Paul Walker was tortured on an ice hockey pitch, because that was something of the best in this movie, although that wasn't either filmed too good, but at least it was somewhat entertaining compared to many of the other scenes. All in all, guys, this crime movie should never have been made. Yes, you may disagree with me, but I'm only giving it a 4 out of 10.